Hello everybody and welcome back to Academiopolis, where we are overhauling our transportation infrastructure up towards the harbors because we had just too much traffic on these little roads. So we need to do something about that, and to that end, we are constructing this, although I'm not at all happy with where these pillars are. Let's go ahead and take this back. And I want to construct pillars about right here. I want this to be up. So, about there. That's giving us space already occupied. Don't snap to grid? Maybe we'll have to do it this way. So a pillar there, and then a pillar there. I guess that'll have to work. And we'll do the same thing here. Pillar there, pillar there, pillar there, and then we go to there. And then that just kind of connects it in. So I did end up narrowing it up over here, but that's okay. That's actually completely fine. So let's take this out to here, and then this to here. Just so we have a little bit more space to work with. And the same thing here. I want to take this to here, and this to here. Then I want to see if we can get some of these nice little turnarounds here. Although that's very wide indeed, where that pillar is. So maybe instead we drop a pillar, say, here. And we curve this in from here. Nope. Okay. I mean, we're going to need to take these power lines out of the equation for sure. And let's see if we can't maybe take this up over here. Slope too steep. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we have some height differentials over here, actually. I want this height to be the same as this right here for now. So we're going to need to bring this up a little bit to about here. Okay. And then I want to use the curve tool. Ideally, we would have it about like this, but that sloped too steep. So maybe we need to lower this highway here a step or two. So let's take this here, and we'll see how that works for height. Yeah, that actually goes over. But I want this to be at this height. Does that go over? Nope, space already occupied. Okay, so this is too low. So let's take this in to be about here. And then, actually, we can go down to this height. And that's the height I want to actually hit. So, with us at that height, let's bring this guy on down. But I need to make sure that we're at the correct height. Yeah, that's the height that we want there. So we're going to go from here to here at that height. But this height is a little awkward, actually. Let's see about that. Maybe right here. That's better. Okay, we'll connect that in then. I actually don't want this to be a bridge. So we'll need to drop a pillar here. And then we'll just do that. And we'll just drop in. Nice, nice. And we'll come back over here. Drop a pillar here. And connect up like that. That should work. Take this out a block. Take that in a block. Okay. That's space already occupied. We can go, say, here and connect in like that, but that's a little on the large side. So let's redo this pillar work here. And let's take this straight out. And we want to... space already occupied. Hang on. That's strange. Can we run it in this way? We can run it in this way. Can we then flip it? Absolutely. Fantastic. Okay, so then we would run this in like that. Highways are weird in this game. And we'd run out one more pillar distance out over here. So like that would be the idea. And then we'll adjust that later on once we get our turnarounds done. So then we bring that in about like that. That's maybe a little wide, actually. So basically, I'd rather it be... No, I don't like where it decided to put the pillar. So I don't want this to be a curve. I want this to instead... Space already occupied now. Are we at the wrong height? We absolutely are. Okay. Is that the right one? Nope. It needs to be like one step above on the water. Oh, this is a pillar now. It put a pillar right where we wanted to be. Thanks, game. Okay. Now we flip this around. Now we rebuild this. Oh my. That is not... I don't want to jump there. Thank you very much. There we go. That's a bit more like it. Although I don't like this. Bit of a roller coaster going on there. So we'll do something a bit more like that. Excellent. Also, Singer, I don't like that kind of negativity. Our kingdom will not fall. Actually, if I'm in charge, our kingdom might fall. There's definitely some of that going on. Okay, I want to redo this pillar here. Are we at the right height? I have no idea. Actually, yeah. That's a good height. Okay, let's then take this in. Okay, we're getting space already occupied here because we've got some awkward height stuff going on. So let's just take this road back. And I want to make sure that we can go over here at the correct height. Is that the correct height? I kind of feel like it isn't. Let's see. So I want to be at basically the lowest height we can go over the highway, which is, I believe, this height. No, one more. Okay, like that. That's the lowest height we can go over the highway. But I want it to be not here, but rather I want the pillar to be here. So we'll do the same thing here, and we'll just connect that in. Okay, that sloped too steep. I was afraid of that. What happens if we take this out of here, and we do something like this? Space already occupied, huh? It's not, though. I guess we have a little bit of a height bump here. Okay, I'm going to take that out of there and make our pillars match a little bit better. Okay, so we have a pillar here, and then a pillar here. And then we actually go up a tiny amount here, although not quite that much. That's not quite right. We actually go up a little bit here, but I can't quite seem to match that. And then the next pillar is here. Although this should definitely be down a little bit. So the next pillar is here, and we'll go down. And then we'll link in right there. Excellent. Can we now run this? We're getting some space already occupied here. It's interesting. Interesting indeed. Now, why is that happening? We can take this down. Like, that's no problem. We can take this down to this level. But that's space already occupied when we try to connect it in. Of course, this is going the wrong way. So we would need it to go that way. Interesting. I mean, that's a bridge, obviously. Okay, I want this to be this height. We can connect it here. And then we can... Okay, this game is weird. Why does that work? Whatever. We can't connect that in, because slope too steep. We can... Or no, space already occupied. We can take it to here, as we did before. We can take this out of here. Take this straight down here. As low as we can get that isn't underwater. And then take that to there. And then we want this to be all the way down to about here. Yeah, that space already occupied, but we can put a pillar there. Okay, that space already occupying. We can take it to here, though. Okay. What is already occupied here? Like, what is it actually interfering? Oh, it's this pillar, isn't it? I believe it is. It is indeed. Okay. Now it won't let me upgrade these again. This game is so weird about this. With these space already occupieds. I don't get it. It's very weird with highways. Okay. So let's take this up over to here. Take this over to here-ish. We can take it right there. Okay. So, now can we get the turnarounds made? That is the question of the century. I suspect we can. It's definitely a little awkward. Okay. Can we maybe expand these out slightly to match these a little bit better? So out to, say, here. We've got a pillar there, but if we were to get rid of this pillar and extend this out like so... No, I want you straight line. Extend that out like so. Then we could theoretically connect this in like either of those, but I think, well, that's really too wide. So maybe right here. What we do with the fish is nobody's business but ours. Just enjoy your salmon $8.99 with our famous stew. So, I think this is still a little too narrow, but maybe it's fine. And then we've got a pillar issue here that we're going to need to take care of. I want to have the pillar be specifically right there. I put the pillar up over here, but that's maybe okay. She'll hook you with her smile and hook you again with her curved. Okay, we need to be more like here, and actually I'm not enough money. Why is that going to cost 87,000? Okay, what? But that would cost 3,000. Whatever. Can we go this way and flip the directionality? No. Okay. Why doesn't it like this? Well, let's just go ahead and not hook this in then. And for right now, we can straight line this to right here. Although, is that the correct height? I feel like that's not the correct height. I feel like that's closer to the correct height. And then we can hook that in a little bit. But for right now, I want to take it out to here. And we can actually knock this back. And yeah, actually... I want this to then connect up over here. But we can elevate this to there. And then connect that in like that. So, that might work. Okay, it works. So it's going to be a little truncated on this side and a little wider on this side, but ultimately, I think that that is fine. Just because of the way the terrain is laid out, it kind of makes sense. So obviously we're going to need to run our power line through this in some capacity. So the question then becomes, how do we do this? We're going to need to run a power line down over here, for sure. Like that, to power this. And then this over here, I feel like we just need to run our power line over the highway. So we can just do something kind of like this. That'll do the trick. And then we can connect this in. I don't want this to be at the maximum height, the way that was. We can connect this in over here. So something like that. And that means that we don't need this power line at all. We're going to have to revisit this up here when we put in our highway up there, but that's okay. Excellent. Well, this took way longer than I was anticipating. There's no doubt about that. Let's go ahead and start working on this one, though. So, the vertical highway is going to need to come up over this direction. So we're going to take it up over here. And hopefully it'll be a little less awkward over here because this isn't super developed. And we just take this up this direction. And we'll just leave it like that for now. And then I want this to be at this position. Okay, that's a little awkward. We'll have these pillars be relatively identical. That's not the correct spot. That's the correct spot. Okay. Now the question is, can we get this where we need it to be? Okay, that looks like that's going to be as low as she goes. Okay. That looks like that worked just fine. Take this down to the lower point. And then back up. And then connect in. I don't like where this ended up, this particular pillar. So we'll redo that one to about there, correct? Yeah, that's correct. So a pillar there, and then just sloping on in. Excellent. Now, I'm not super happy with this height solution here. So I'm going to knock that back out of there. We're going to bring this up over to here. And that space already occupied, but we can maybe elevate it up a little bit to there. Oh, we need to go up a little higher, actually. To there? That seems like that's too high, if you ask me. So let's go ahead and bring this right here to this height. That should be okay. Eliminate that. And then we're going to need some additional height here, I think. I mean, that sloped too steep, but we're just getting space already occupied here. Even at that height. Well, I suppose it's because this is a pretty steep slope. So we are, looking at it from this side, we are actually going to have to take this a little higher. Like to there? Yeah. Okay. And we just hook that in like that. And then as far as this goes, I kind of want this side of the highway to match. So then we take this up over here to about the same height. About there. And then just connect it on in. Okay. And now the question is, well, we've got a directionality issue looking at this. This, of course, needs to be going this way. There we go. But now the question is, does this just work? I'll be a little shocked. Huh. I'm actually shocked. Okay, so that worked. That was way easier than the other one. We do need to connect this in. Easy enough. I mean, we're a little short on this side. But again, I'm okay with being short on the water side. It feels right somehow. Okay, so there's that done. And then we can just run the highways. And that's going to be interesting, trying to run the highways in parallel. That's going to be real interesting. I'm very bad at that. So the question is, do we take the highway and curve it like so? Or do we just take it straight line, curve it gently like this, and then bring it down kind of like that? We could do something kind of like... we take the highway to here, for example. I wish we could do, like, multiple handle Bezier curves. That would be nice. It'd be very convenient, actually, if that was a thing. We could just curve it like this, and just try to match the general shape, but be right off the shoreline over here. So, like, that. And then when going the other way, we'd want to take it, like, out like this. Oof. Oof. Maybe like that. It's kind of close. And then we'd want to run this around here. Like so. Not enough money, but that actually nailed that. As soon as we've got the money. Come on. Come on, money tick. There we go. Okay, well, we do need to let our money build up a little bit before we can really finish this off. And I don't like this transition. I think I'm probably going to remove that. And we're going to try to do something a bit more along the lines of this. Maybe more like this. Make this a little less extreme of a turn. Kind of like that, although that's awful close together. Ooh. That is some height differential there. That is not what I was looking for. Maybe a bit more like that. I'm not super happy with this section here. So let's just try bringing that around like... I want a very gentle curve here. No more angle snap, please. Something kind of like to here-ish. Although our initial angle isn't quite right. Kind of like here. And then we curve it in like this. That'll do. Of course, we'll need to flip this. Actually, we don't need to flip that directionality at all. Anyway, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Next episode, we're going to continue running this highway around here and connect it into here. You can leave your offerings to the subscriber gods and also the engagement gods. The subscriber gods have nothing to do with it. The engagement gods, by leaving your likes, comments, and subscribes, I guess that's where the subscriber gods come in, and ringing the bell. And I will see you all next time.